Right, am I live? Okay. Yeah, I'm live, I think. Yeah, live. Right, welcome to my show, and it's my 60th show tonight, so I'm expecting some presents from people watching it. Yeah, before going to my show, some good information that's going to be relevant. I'm starting a new podcast end of next week. I'm hopeful, but if my guest can turn up on that time. Studio's booked. The intro's done, the music's done, the graphics are done, all of that's done. I'm just waiting for my guest to confirm, and all going well, my new podcast will be aired next week. It's going to be 30 to 35 minutes long. It's going to be filmed in a studio. It's going to be professionally filmed, done, edited, everything. So yeah, that's going to be out next week. And I've also got my book date released now, so which is going to be December, and that's coming out. Well, it's like I said, it's going to be coming out in December, but it's going to be an ebook first, and then the print book, followed by the audio book. And yeah, so that's being written now. So if you're interested in reserving a copy, I'm starting doing pre-sales of that very soon. But if you're interested in reserving a copy, then I would suggest you get your name down now in my mailing list, so that I know who you are, and so I can put you on my list, and then I can get you a signed copy sent out when it's out, basically. So yeah, get that down, and you will get a copy. Tonight I'm talking about something that probably a lot of people have been experiencing this week, with all the stuff that's been going on. Fear, and why fear is nothing to fear, and how we can more specifically get past fear in order to move forward with our own lives. And when you think about it, fear stops us doing a lot of things. It stops us living our life. It stops us really creating the life that we want. You see, whatever it is that you want to do in your life, 9 times out of 10 we won't push ourselves forward in certain areas of our life because of something we fear, and we won't even try to move forward. We just tell ourselves that we can't do that, and that stops us doing the things that we really want and we really want to achieve. So tonight I'm going to talk about fear, and what exactly is fear? Well, fear is a little voice. It's a little voice we have in the back of our minds. It's that voice that tells us not to even try something, never take a risk, always play safe, and to compromise your life by always playing small. That's what fear is. So now imagine that little voice in the back of your mind, in that subconscious swamp of yours. Imagine that little voice is someone or something else other than yourself, and it's a little gremlin, or a little angel or monster, or I like the word gremlin. The gremlin's message to you is very, very, very simple. You are not good enough. You're not good enough to do this. You're not good enough to move forward and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So now the gremlin isn't evil. It's not a nasty thing. He wants you to actually, he wants to actually help you, and he doesn't want to see you fall flat on your face, feel embarrassed, make a fool of yourself, and mess up. That's what the gremlin doesn't want. He doesn't want you to fail. But ultimately, what happens is when you listen to the gremlin's message, you do fail. Because what you're not doing is doing the things that you really want to. Typical gremlin messages might be something along the lines of, you're not good enough, you don't have enough experience to do this, you don't deserve success. I know that one. That they're going to find out about you one day and realise that you're not as good as you think you are. They're typical gremlin messages. It tells you stuff like, who are you kidding? You know, you're never going to be able to do this. They're gremlin messages. They're fear. Because fear is what we tell ourselves when we don't feel that we're good enough to do something in life, and we can't move forward and achieve that. So the gremlin is fear at work. It believes that something can be lost and uses that belief to create a feeling of a thought or feeling that keeps you safe, keeps you protected, keeps you playing small. So you don't take risks, you don't move forward, you don't do the things that you know you really want to do, and you probably would help you move forward and achieve the things in life that you really want. Like maybe going for a job that you don't think you're qualified for, or you know, asking a girl out on a date. Little things. It could be anything. But the fear is in our minds which stops us doing the things. How many times in life have you looked back? I guarantee if you look back over your life and you look at all the things that you didn't do and then analyse those thoughts behind that, you'll find that fear was at play all the time. So getting past fear will actually increase your energy. It will get you past those horrible thoughts of feeling low, your mood's feeling low, you're feeling like a victim of some sort. You know, it'll get past that feeling of frustration, anger, you know, unfulfillment. And it'll increase your energy, so you'll start feeling more positive, more confidence, much more self-belief. You'll feel much more driven, determined, resilient, successful, powerful. All the things that you want to feel in life. And you decrease tension as a result, and stress, anxiety, worry, all of these things decrease when you control your fear, and you enable yourself to heighten your performance factor so that you're always performing at a good level and increasing your overall productivity in life, so that every area of your life is more fulfilled. So how do you overcome fear? How do we overcome fear and disable the gremlin? Because remember, seeing the gremlin as something other than you, as a separate part, a little monster, little say, sat on your shoulder, telling you and whispering in your ear, don't do this, don't do that. That's the gremlin. So when we recognise that, or see it that way, that it's not us, it's something else other than us. It's a little thing on our mind, in our back of our mind, telling me not to do this. We firstly acknowledge that it's there to help you and protect you, that it's looking after your best interests, and it's trying in its own way to stop you making a fool of yourself. By acknowledging that first, and then identifying what it is in the first, identify what it is, you acknowledge also the message that it's giving you. You acknowledge that it's telling you stuff that's fear-based. It's telling you that you're not good enough. So the voice in your mind is speaking to your limitations. So if that voice in the back of your mind is telling you, and you're telling yourself, that you're not good enough to do something, that you can't do that, you're not qualified, you can't move forward, there's no point me trying, I'm going to make a fool of myself. If you're thinking things like that, that's speaking to your limitations in life. That's you telling yourself, or the gremlin, that you can't do something. So if you're telling yourself or speaking to your limitations, you're not speaking to your greatness, you're not speaking to your power, your strengths and what you can do. And that's your gremlin. That's your gremlin talking to you. It speaks to your limitations, not what your strengths are. So look out for what it's saying. Take note of what the actual gremlin is saying. Consciously be aware of that. So acknowledge it. For instance, when you want to do something and you think that you can't, examine exactly what's going on. What's going on in that head of yours? What's the message? What's the message that's being told to you? I mean, verbalise it. It's a sentence. It's like we all tell ourselves things. We don't realise we're doing it. But when you tell yourself a thought, or when this gremlin or whatever it is tells you a thought in your mind, it creates the emotion to follow. So examine what you're thinking. Examine it, and you'll recognise the thought that's coming from that. And when you recognise what the thought is, you can then recognise what the feeling is, and examine your feelings, examine your emotions, so that you're acknowledging that. You're acknowledging what emotion is coming up for you. So you're telling yourself, I can't do this, I'm not good enough. What's going to happen? You're going to feel low. You're not going to feel motivated. You're not going to feel like you can do something. You're going to feel low. And the result of that is that you don't put yourself forward for things, and you don't move forward with your life. So examine your feelings and ask yourself a question. If that feeling can speak, what's it saying to you now? And like I just said, it won't be something that's motivating or positive. So finally, decide something that you want to say back to your gremlin. So you're acknowledging that it's a different part. You're identifying it's there in the first place. Then you're looking at what the message is, and you're looking at the thought and the feelings that that's producing. And then you identify that acknowledge that the gremlin's there and speak back to it. So tell it what you want to say to it. And I've written down something here which I would probably say to my gremlin. So something along the lines of, thanks for the warning. Because that's what it's doing. It's warning me of impending danger, of me making a fool of myself or something like that. So thanks for the warning, but I'm okay here. I can take this from here. I might have not been able to deal with it when I was 5 years old, when this belief was developed, but I'm an adult now and I can cope. You see, they're all born out of past beliefs. And what happened when you're at school or whenever, when these beliefs or fears were developed, it's not now, it's not relevant. You don't need that now. You can move forward from that now. So that will then help you move forward with more confidence, more self-belief, more determination, resilience, strength, whatever you want, power, peace, calmness, all these strong things that will help you move forward and start creating the life that you truly want. And the next time your gremlin actually pops up, then you can recognize it and you can tell it the same message again. So every time you feel fear, every time you experience this draining sensation that tells you you can't do something, you're not good enough, you can do the same thing again. Identify it, bring it to your awareness, recognize what it's telling you, recognize the emotions, and change that. Thank it, and let it go, and say, oh, I've got it from here. And that, my friends, is how you deal with fear. And that is why fear is nothing to fear, because it's there to help you, it's there to protect you, it's there to stop you making a fool of yourself. And if you really want to move forward with your life, you can say thank you, thanks for looking out for me, but I've got this from here. And that's the best way to deal with it. So I hope that's helped a few people, because I know a few people are going to be dealing with fear right now, and I know a few people have messaged me today saying exactly that. So I hope that helped them as well, and I will see you all next week. And if you're interested in signing up for my book, get your name down now, please. Thank you. Bye.